Cleaning oil painting brushes can sometimes be a little bit annoying and can stop people from wanting to even start painting with oils, and it might even be you. But today I'm going to show you some really simple and quick ways to clean your brushes, and you might even enjoy it. Before I go and talk about washing your brushes, I want to share with you a very exciting free download webpage called Gridded Photo Vault, it's called, and you get to download little grid photos that you can paint yourself. This is to encourage you to just grow your skills and have some fun with it. It's totally free because I want you to start painting and enjoy it. So I hope you go and download it. It's at paintingwithheather.com/photovault, and there's a link below if you want to go to that too. But let's get on and clean our brushes. I used to dread the thought of washing my oil painting brushes. In fact, I don't think I even wanted to paint with oils because of the fact that they were hard to clean until a friend of mine introduced me to oils, which, as you know, that's what I do. But he also introduced me to a really simple way of cleaning the brushes. And I went, really? It's that simple? Oh my goodness, that is amazing. As long as you're using soap or non-toxic cleaning products, you can totally put it down the sink. But if you are using things more like turpentine or some strong solvents and things like that, you want to do your research on how you can actually dispose of that. But thankfully, I don't use any of those toxic things, and there are so many products out there. You can go to your local store and find some great mediums and some great solvents and things that are non-toxic. So the three options that I have for cleaning your brushes are soap, the Incredible Brush Cleaner, which is an Australian product, and also just any dishwashing liquid that you have lying around. I tend to gravitate to soap. For some reason, I just like that a lot. I have some students that really love doing the dishwashing liquid. It's really up to you, just experiment and, see which one works for you. All right, so I have some very dirty brushes here. First of all, what you really want to do is get as much paint off as you can onto some paper towel. So give it a good rub around like this. Sometimes you won't get the stain off the brushes. I use synthetic brushes, but if you're using more natural hairs and things like that, you might have a better luck with getting out the stain. Anyway, let's have a look. So I'm going to do the soap first. What I'm going to do is just give a tiny little bit of water hanging down there. And as you can see, I've been using this a fair bit. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of water in there and just give it a wriggle around. All right. And then we're just going to rinse that out. And every now and then, I will also just get my fingers into it. If you want to, you can wear some gloves doing this. So I'll just keep doing that and rubbing that in until it rubs out. You want to get some soap that is not too soft, because, it's going to get a bit of wear and tear. So there you go. So that didn't take much work to just get all that out. Sometimes you can actually put some oil, some baby oil, or even some cooking oil on that as well. I always make sure that I pushed all of the bristles into a shape that they were originally. And when you're storing them, it's best not to store them upright. I'll turn that off. It's best not to store them upright when you are drying them, because you don't want all the water to go down and eventually rot into the wood. So you just want to lay them flat, maybe on a tiny little bit of an angle. So that was with the soap, which I said is my favourite. It seems to be, it's the quickest way, I feel, to get it happening. So the second one was the Incredible Brush Cleaner. You can probably find lots of other really good quality brush cleaners at your store, your art store. This one is from Australia. I'm from Australia, so that's a good thing. And I'm just going to put a little bit in here. So there's two ways of doing this. You can just put that into a jar, or you can put a little bit into your hand, similar to what we're going to do with the dishwashing liquid. All right, so I'm just going to pop it in here and give it a good wriggle around. Wriggle, 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 and we'll get some paper towel. And then we will wipe that there. And that's actually done a pretty good job. You can also then, at the end, normally when I do use something like that, I will also just give it a little rinse out at the end to make sure we've got rid of all of that. All right, again, you just want to shape it into the right shape and just sit it over, not upright. So let's try the last one that I suggest, which is dishwashing liquid. Some of my students like using a bit of dishwashing liquid in a jar. I'll just tip this out. So there's two ways, like I said, to do it. You can put a little bit of dishwashing liquid into a jar and also drop a little bit of cooking oil in there as well, which will be a bit of fun to actually keep it nice and soft later if you want to. So we're just going to do the same as what we did with the Incredible Brush Cleaner. Just give it a good wriggle around in there. What we're just trying to do is just scrape up that paint, just because it is an oil base. And that's all you need. It's okay. I think this had a little bit of stain on it beforehand. So yeah, so there you go. What you keep doing is just keep washing and washing until you feel like it's all come clean. So that's pretty good. There's no paint coming out of that. It's just a little bit of stain, but that's all good. The other thing I wanted to show you was a couple of other things. This has actually been sitting in some Incredible Brush Cleaner for a number of weeks, okay? Fairly flat, but it's just been sitting there. So it's sort of encased it in the Incredible Brush Cleaner, because I had a whole heap of really, really old brushes and I left them lying in the Incredible Brush Cleaner liquid for quite some time to try and bring them back to life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the soap here, a little bit of water. Hopefully it's not too loud for you. All right, we're just going to start by trying to get the initial sort of gunky bit off. And this is all non-toxic, so it's absolutely fine for going down the sink. Right, work it up a bit. This Incredible Brush Cleaner is incredible, I must say. Like I said, this brush has been like this for months and months and months. And as you saw, it was pretty bad. There's a lot of paint in that. So it's just been sitting there and just sort of being encased in Incredible Brush Cleaner. And it's sort of, you know, dried out a little bit, but was still around it. See, that's coming back amazingly good. Incredible. If you're from Australia, you can get that. I am not, I don't make any money from promoting this product. It's just a great product. All right, just keep going until we can see no more colour coming out of that. Wow, it's come up really good. All right, still a little bit there. I can see a little bit of green. Not much left there. Wow, that's pretty good. Look at that. Like new. I have quite a few sitting there waiting to be washed up, but that's amazing. So if you are, you know, in a rush and you need to head off and maybe you're going to paint tomorrow or the next day or even a week later, really, what you can do is actually put a little bit of, get a snap lock bag or just a little bag, doesn't have to be a lockable bag, and just put a little bit of this Incredible Brush Cleaner. Pop your brush in there. Now the reason I like it in a bag and not putting it into a jar is because I do not want it to be standing up like this and wrecking the brush. I don't want them to be, you know, making the bristles all bent. So what I then do is I'll just sort of fold that up and then I will lay it on the bench and just put something under it so that it is just on a little bit of an angle so that you've got that sitting in there. And, you know, ideally you don't want it up where all of the wood is. You just want it to, you know, just want enough. Probably got a bit too much in there. But just want enough that it's covering the bristles. And that will keep it beautifully moist, and you'll be able to use it the next day or even a week later or so. And months later if you leave it like you saw with that other one. So I just grabbed this. This is Incredible Brush Cleaner here. And I just put this brush in here probably 20 minutes ago. And that was really stiff and not good. So I'm just going to see if that will work after 20 minutes. I don't think it will. It needs to be overnight. So I'm just going to give it a good go. I think with the Incredible Brush Cleaner, if you really want to get stubborn stains out, you're going to really need to do it overnight. Let's have a look what happens if we rinse it out. Oh, it's not bad. Certainly better than what it was. That one's got a bit of a stain on it, but it's a lot softer. So yeah, incredible brush cleaner is amazing. But I love using the soap, which is fantastic. And like I said, a lot of people love using a dishwashing liquid as well. You can get a container and put some warm water in it and, you know, wash it with the dishwashing liquid in your hand, which I didn't show you before. So you can grab some dishwashing liquid. I don't think I've got any dirty brushes left here, but you can, yeah, I was going to put water, but I don't think I need to. You just lather it up like this and just keep doing that till you get rid of all of that paint. All right, and then you can just rinse it out. So it's all very non-toxic, all fine to go down the sink because there's nothing toxic in what we're doing, and so easy. One of my last tips, which is a resort that I don't use very often, but if I'm absolutely desperate and I don't even have time to actually grab some incredible brush cleaner or even just popping them in some medium and sitting them on the bench, I'll throw them in a bag and put them in the freezer. The oil does not freeze, so it doesn't damage the brushes. Maybe if you've got really expensive brushes, maybe don't do that, but I've used brushes in the freezer often and they come out absolutely fine and they haven't been wrecked at all. But anyway, so there's some fun, wonderful options for keeping your brushes clean where you can actually enjoy the process. Well, I hope that was helpful to help you wash up your oil painting brushes. Don't forget, there's an amazing new resource I want to give you, which is at paintingwithheather.com/photo vault. So photo vault full, well, it will fill up anyway before too long with lots of photos that you can download that have grids on them and make it really easy for you to paint. It's free. It's a gift to you because I'm here to serve you, to help you make life enjoyable. And if you can learn a skill and that's going to help you, then I've won. High five. Until next time, keep creating, keep painting, keep doing the things that you love, and I'll see you next week. And here's some bloopers. If you have used... Okay. I have a pencil.